I was driving home from Lake of the Ozarks recently with my tail between my legs. We had a really tough tournament. I mean, it was probably the worst tournament I've ever fished. So naturally, there's not going to be any video. That's the first time I've ever fished a tournament and didn't release the video because, frankly, there was nothing to show. But I got to thinking, you know, like reflection. It's something I do often, and I think it's something we should all do often. It's Lent right now. You know, I grew up Catholic. I haven't been in a Catholic church in a long time, but Catholics practice something called Lent, and it's between Ash Wednesday and Easter. So it's common for Catholics to not eat meat on Friday. You know, that's a way of that's a form of Lent. So typically fish Friday, fish day, whatever. But you know, you also choose other things to work on, and you don't have to be of a certain religion to adopt some of the more positive things that religion practices. And as I'm driving home, I started reflecting about life and just the things that I've kind of got sloppy on, just the things that I've let slide and that I need to kind of curtail and corral and get back in check. Man, you got to check yourself occasionally, or you just go sideways and just keep going. So, you know, drinking beer. I do a lot of video editing, right? And it's typically 10 o'clock at night, and I've just developed this habit of just, you know, drinking one beer. It's just usually one beer, but it's just a habit. It's gotten to where it's, you know, pretty consistent. And so there's no reason to do that all the time, in my opinion. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a gentleman's cocktail or a beer or whatever, but for me personally, I just don't want to get a habit that it gets too far down the road and it just becomes who I am. So I'm working on that. You know, I've cut that out a little bit, and just weight. This is the time of year where you start thinking about weight. You know, we gain holiday pounds, and it's so easy to just, if you just gain like a pound a week, that's 52 pounds in a year. You know, it's only 1 pound a week, and it's super easy to do. So what causes that? Excess calories, right? So you know, cutting down those excess calories like beer and soda. So try to curtail that. And negativity, there's so much negativity out there in the world. It sucks that it's gotten inefficient with the whole forward-facing sonar thing. It's so polarizing. It's silly. It is absolutely silly. Fishing is something that is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a way to relax on the water, meditation, on the water therapy. It's not supposed to be so polarizing, and that's what gets the clicks. That's what gets the views on social media. There's guys that are just ranting all the time. Randy Blockett, obviously, it's no secret. He makes a lot of money by talking negative about LiveScope, and it doesn't really matter how a person feels about it. We should accept that everybody fishes different ways. If you're a tournament person, you gotta have it. It's just the way it is. If you're a recreational fisherman like myself, who just kind of dabbles in tournaments, but most of the time I'm just out there shooting content and trying to get away from the everyday grind, it's a very valuable tool for learning fish behavior. And you know, I honestly don't feel that it's as big of a deal as it's gotten blown up to be. You either want to use it or you don't, but we should all get along. We should understand that we should all get along. There's people that are maybe using it to the detriment of certain fisheries, and it's typically with crappie fishing. But anyway, this is not about that silliness, but negativity in the world, trying to curtail that negativity. It's so easy to get drawn into talking trash, just talking trash about your coworkers, just a casual, non-productive, non-positive, you know, saying, or just running your mouth a little bit about something that you saw you didn't really like. There's nothing wrong with venting, but it's how you vent. And don't say it if it's not got some kind of productivity or some kind of value to it. So I'm working on that. You know, it's easy to get sideways, and it's easy to just rant. And the people you hang around with. If you hang around people that make those comments, you're more apt to start just spitting that silliness, and it does no good. It does no good. It's the same thing as on the positive side of holding the door for somebody. That effect, that's like a synergistic effect. You know, 1 + 1 = 3. Well, it goes the other way too. A negative comment or a negative whatever you do can reproduce that negative energy on down the road. So I'm working on cutting that out, and you know, I feel like I don't tell you guys how much I appreciate you enough, because there's people that watch most of my videos, and that's really awesome. There's so much content out there. There's so much saturation for a little content creator like me. One of the toughest things to overcome, and there really is no overcoming it, but when we had COVID, a lot of these professional fishermen started their YouTube channels. The sponsors are pushing them to get more active on social media, start their YouTube channels. And these are names. These are household names. These are the big names. These are the people that are out there, been fishing forever. They're a great source for techniques and baits and stuff, because they've been out on the water 300 days a year, a lot more than some of us that work and get to fish, you know, once a week, maybe twice a week if we're lucky. So they've kind of saturated the market. There's so much good content out there that, you know, I really appreciate the folks that spend a little bit of time with me every week, whether it be on the Tuesday night live streams or the video drops that are Wednesday and Friday. So I wanted to say I really do appreciate that. It doesn't go unnoticed, and I do try to answer all the comments. I've been behind, I get behind on them, and I try to catch back up. So you know, the comments are awesome. I love the, you know, there's been some critical comments, some slightly critical comments. Man, I appreciate that. I really like that, because this channel is about learning. I'm learning a lot. Each time I go fishing, I try to learn something. I try to share it, and I like to learn from the comments, because we're all one big family, man, and everybody's got opinions, and everybody's been through different things in life, and they see things differently, and there's nothing wrong with leaving a critical comment. You know, I hope that it's not like nasty, and so far they haven't been really any nasty comments, but I do like when somebody points something out. It's a teachable moment, right? We all learn it, we all can read the comments, and it's just a way of sharing what somebody knows. Finley, what do you think? You got serious on me. Look at that, she got really serious. She's really sucking up when I'm talking. But that's all I got for you. I just want to say thanks, and just doing a little reflection. And there's going to be some changes coming. I'm going to be mixing it up on the live streams. I'm going to try to do some different things. I can't really talk about them. There's going to be a few different things coming down the live stream, just on the way that I am getting guests on there. I kind of like, we've been doing a little bit of the 2 guests, 3 guest things, and it's been pretty good positive feedback about that. So I'm going to try to do that a little bit more. I like it too. I like it creates more of a round table effect. You got multiple personalities talking about certain topics and stuff, and it seems to be fun. I'm enjoying it. So thanks for everything you guys have done. Appreciate the continued support in 2024. It's going to be bigger and better. If not, we're going to have fun.